Adin Ross manager using the N-word consistently with a black man. Who's the black man? Cenat, the biggest black man streamer online, calling him the N-word consistently in one breath. Whose fault is it? It's our fault. Now let's talk about it because I'm not jacking this.
Yeah, champion, Brooklyn, spin the yard with me. I got bars too, you heard? I'm a mathematician with the bars, my intros is going hard, my interviews getting bigger, the guests know I'm a star. Always knew that I was real, or was held up by the frauds who didn't believe my vision, I had to prove them wrong. Then I rose up out the mud like concrete in the rose. The difference is I wasn't picked up and taken home. 4 walls in the cot, had to prove if you real or not. Gotta protect yourself with a lock in the sock, coming out the box. That shit apparent, the tarot card said I was destined for blessings in abundance, but my heart I had to protect it, didn't listen. And grandma in my ears steady bitching. I was falling blinded by the lights flashing in my vision. False presentation, money, cars, girls, pagan world. Sick of being broken, hungry nights made me wanna earl. Curled up in a pissy bed, sick of boys rain in the crib, looking for Calvin and Savior bread in the mattresses. Dead upon arrival, I swear with my left hand on the Bible. Mama grabbed that Mossberg and started clapping for our survival. This is the facts, I ain't even capping. Trapping got its course and I ain't paying for shit to happen. Niggas spin the yard, huh?
Now, just to give y'all some brief context about what's going on if you're living under a rock or whatever the case may be, Adin Ross's manager called Cenat to invite him to Adin Ross's birthday party. Talking about, I got a jet fueled up for you, this, that, and the third. Can you come later on today, whatever the case may be. Cenat responds and says, I'm not sure, I'll keep you posted. Some other conversations went on, and then the man proceeded to use the N-word consistently in one breath. Let's take a look at what Cenat had to say.
What's on my mind? Word to my mother. I never lie about nothing. Tav called me late at night, 4 a.m.
His name is Tav. Sorry.
Or off something, out his mind. I swear to God, if I'm lying, I'm flying. He calls me, he says, hey bro, Adin having a birthday party, so you need to be here by tomorrow, bro. We'll send you a jet, we'll make sure everything, we'll send you a jet, we'll make sure you're good, we'll fly you out there, bro, if you can. He calls me at 4 a.m. He wants me to be there the evening of the next day. I tell him, I say, yo, Tav, I don't think I can be able to do it, but I'll let you know, bro. I'll let you know if I'll be able to do it, but most likely, it's last minute, I don't think I'll be able to do it. He said, okay, just let me know, bro. We're gonna have the jet, we're gonna make sure the jet good for you. Then he gonna tell me, I'm with Adin right now. He losing millions in his gambling shit. If he keep this up, I'm gonna go with the FaZe guys. Just talking about snakes. The closest ones who do the most to you. The nigga gonna have to say, if he keep this gambling shit up, I swear to God, bro, what am I mother, bro? He says, if he keep this gambling shit up, I'm gonna go to the FaZe guys. Ty was a white man, by the way.
Now, I'm gonna say this. Once he would have said some shit like that to me, it would have been time to hang up the phone and just get in touch with Adin directly. That's number one. It would have been no reason to continue to stay on the phone with this nigga after you done told me that. So that just shows me, like he said, the disloyalty, the snakes to be the closest ones next to you. Once he just said that, I'd have been like, all right, I'll holler at you later. Banged it on him, and then would have proceeded to call Adin and get some clarity and let him know what's going on.
He on my phone, calling me the N-word at 4 a.m. in the fucking morning. You're supposed to be a manager, and you, what's up with you? Then on my phone, 4 a.m., call me about a fucking McDonald's commercial saying, really, a chicken Big Mac? My face. In my head, I'm like, I should start blacking on this now. But deep down inside of me, I'm like, I don't even want to get this energy, because then I was like, I want to tell Adin, but it was his birthday. The way that made it sound like it was down. I'm like, I know the feeling of losing somebody so important on your team. I don't want to f his mental. And I told him this before anything, so I told Adin, I said, bro, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, bro. The reason why I've been distancing myself, bro, was because this is what happened on the phone at 4 a.m. and I should have told you, but like in my mental state, I wasn't in that mode.
Okay, so here's the problem. You know, Cenat still got some growing up to do. He still got some maturity to do, even though he is a mature young man. In this instance, he should have called Adin right away. No excuses. I don't care if it's your birthday, whatever the case may be. You have someone on your team that is comfortable enough to call me at 4 a.m., the biggest streamer who is a black man, and invite me to whatever you're inviting me to, but then you have the nerve to consistently call me the N-word and just say it fluently. Like it's nothing, like it's just can and I and will and they and thy and all of this stuff. Like you just using this word this way. Cenat says, okay, I didn't want to give him the energy. Bro, you should have gave him that energy. Because this is what happens when people get in power, especially white people in black culture, with black things that we created. They get comfortable. And he's comfortable enough to talk to you like that. And this is why I say this is our fault. He's comfortable enough to talk to you like that because you always using the word around him. Now listen, I have a plethora of white friends. One of my best friends is a white man. And when we talk, I do not use that word around him because there's gonna be no point in our relationship and conversation, be it out in the public, in private, whatever, that he is going to say that word to me. Playing, joking, whatever. Not even reciting something. And we've had those instances where he's like, yo, I seen this Chris Rock comedy show, this Chris Rock clip, and Chris Rock said da 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 da, and before he even thinks to say, he points to me, and then I'll say it, and I'll be like da 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 da, and then we'll laugh. But that's as far as it's going. The disloyalty in the non-genuinity that Adin Ross's manager has, he projected that onto Cenat. And like, you know, I get what Cenat is saying is like, yo, you know, I didn't want to mess up Adin Ross's mindset. It's his birthday, this, that, and the third. But you tell him later on, and it messes him up even more because you didn't tell him in the moment. So now what happens is, okay, you didn't tell him. His manager proceeds to work with him. And in working with him, they're doing business plays, they're doing this, they're doing that, and the third. And you're wondering to yourself, Adin Ross, wondering to himself, damn, why I ain't heard from Kai? It's been a minute. What the fuck is going on? And that can fuck with his mental too, because at the end of the day, Adin probably looks up to you, Kai. So now you don't tell him, you don't tell him in the moment, you tell him later. And when you tell him later, it's like, yo, bro, why you ain't tell me that at the moment? I would have got rid of him. Because Adin is probably not on that type of time. But then again, you don't know. Because the comfortability that Adin Ross's manager has to talk to Cenat and use that word consistently, I'm pretty sure y'all are using that word behind the scenes amongst each other as white men. I'm pretty sure y'all using that word consistently. And the problem is this, again, we have to stop using that word around white folk. You cannot continue to do that. Of course, it's in the music and stuff like that. White people know their limits. Respectful white people know their limits as far as black culture and stuff like that when it comes to hip hop songs and comedies and things of that nature where we're expressing ourselves to our peers. But talking to another black man in confidence, privately, and feeling like it's okay to constantly say that. And not only that, being disloyal and saying that, yo, if Adin keeps gambling, I'm going to go to the other side. I bet you he didn't have that conversation with Adin though. So now I ask another question. What makes Adin's manager so comfortable with Cenat to express these things to him? What else have y'all talked about that, Kai? What else have you and Adin's manager talked about that Adin doesn't know.